guys, welcome back to Watch the Time. Thanks for tuning back in. I'm really pleased you came back to see me. So today I'm featuring another Cadisen. This is the C8207M. This is one that you would have seen on my AliExpress choice sale video. This was one that I really did like the look of. For the specs and for the small price, I had to get it in as soon as possible. You do know sometimes there's a bit of a delay with these things. Given the fact that I'm reviewing that Cadisen, it brought me to put this Cadisen back on again. Fortunately, the case back's arrived, so you can get a different case back now that doesn't say stainless steel. You can say stainless steel, but yeah, do contact them if you've got one of the older case backs. But this isn't why you're watching this video. So this one, like I said, it's obviously paying homage to a more well-known watch. We don't talk about those things around here, but is it executed as well as it could be? But we do need to bear in mind, like I said, I bought this watch for £40. That's including the taxes. So I got a bit of money off, and then we pay import tax when before it comes to the UK. If it's below the sort of £135 on AliExpress, it's a £40 roughly all in I got for this watch, and you get sapphire crystal, Seiko movement. It looks the business. But is it all that? I guess there's no time like the present to find out. So thank you for tuning back in. I guess it's about that time to get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys, so this is the watch, usual sort of packaging from Cadisen, outer cardboard sleeve. Let me just push it out. A little bit more tricky when you're wearing gloves. In a blue box, Cadisen written on top. Just cardboard again, it's got a magnet, keeps it closed. You've got the usual stuff from Cadisen. Very basic in terms of what they give you. But yeah, cleaning cloth as well. Their cleaning cloths are decent actually, I've used them many times. So yeah, in a foam to keep it safe in transit, and actually a lot, mate. Not a lot going on there, but let's put this to the side, and we can concentrate on the watch. Yeah, very pretty thing. One that I was looking forward to getting in, and you would have seen it featured, as I said in my intro as well, my AliExpress choice video. At the time, you could pick this up for around £40, which is quite remarkable. Great value for money, just in that sense. But yeah, this is the white version. You can also get this on stainless steel bracelet. I've gone for the rubber strap, and you can get a couple of other colour variations that I'll bring up now, just so you can have a look. But doesn't look too shabby, does it? Very nice. The model number for this is the C8207M. Inside, it's running an automatic Seiko NH35 movement. I'll bring some information up about that movement now. Rugged, reliable. It's the date combination of the Seiko movements. You get the NH36, which is the day date. This is the date. You get NH34, which is the GMT version of that movement as well. But yeah, 24 joules, 21,600 beats per hour, 41 hour power reserve, and yeah, good movement. And this, for the price you're getting this watch for, it's quite remarkable. You can get this type of movement inside. So there you go. The construction of the watch. So the watch itself is stainless steel, predominantly brushed. You've got brushed surfaces on the side. You'll make that out. You've got the crown, which is polished, but also stainless steel, which is signed. Yeah, all brushed on the case. You've got the bezel, which is stainless steel, but the insert isn't. The case back is all brushed. With lots of information on there, and the pin buckle clasp also all brushed and sterile. But there we are. So that's the construction of the case. We'll go through the other elements in a few moments. The case thickness of the watch is 12.7 millimeters. The case diameter, I measure from the 8 to the 2 ordinarily. It's coming in at 37.8 millimeters, and when you go from the 9 to the 3, including the crown, it's coming in at 40.8 millimeters. The lug width on this is 18, and the lug to lug, tip to tip, is 46.2 millimeters. So nice and compact there, guys. I think we'll agree. Good size, and I think this watch is really well sized actually. So there we are. The case back is screwed down. You'd have made that out just a moment ago. All the information we're about to run through now. The bezel is a 90-click bezel. I don't know, but there we are. Very positive clicks, but I will show you one thing in just a moment, guys. It's a bit, it's almost like in between the clicks you can still move it a little bit, which is a bit of a shame, but it does line up pretty well for a 90-click bezel. and the clicks are very good, satisfying, but as you can see, there's a bit of play there. I'd have expected a little bit less play given it's a 90 click bezel. Sometimes with 60 clicks you can get them, obviously, because there's a bigger gap between the clicks. But there you are. Crown situated at 3 o'clock, as I already said. Screwed down crown, unusual to be polished given the rest of the watch is brushed, but there we are. There we go. The strap on it is a rubber strap, 18mm. I said, really nice and comfortable actually, guys. I've really enjoyed wearing this watch on this strap. It's a pin buckle clasp, as I mentioned, sterile, not signed, unfortunately, but there we are. The crystal covering the dial is a sapphire crystal, and it has got a reasonable amount of AR coating actually, given I've got a few studio lights that I use, and there hasn't got AR coating. It's normally going nuts at this point, but yeah, it's not too bad, is it? It's doing alright for itself. The water resistance is cited as being 200 meters, so that'll give you 20 atmospheres of water resistance. Do bear in mind it's not certified though, but given the crystal looks like it's well seated, the crown's screwed down as is the case back, I would be pretty comfortable getting it wet. To be honest, I would take it swimming, but that's just me. The weight will appear in the top right. It's 82.2 grams, so yeah, nice weight as well. Probably about the right sort of weight given it's on a rubber strap. If it was on a stainless steel bracelet, it's probably looking at about 120, 130. I would hazard a guess, but there we are. That's the watch, guys. But let's have a look at the dial quickly in a bit more detail. So you've got a chapter ring rehaut with a minute track going around there. You'll be able to make it out. Inside that, you've got applied battens everywhere except for the 3 o'clock position where you're making way for the date. This has got a window. You've got Cadisen. It looks like it's been applied. The logo at least looks like it's been applied. Maybe the script writing looks like it's been printed. But below the batten at the 12 o'clock. Above the batten at the 6, you've got automatic 200M, which has been printed onto the dial. You've got the sort of greeny yellow of the indices for the loom and the hands. And I'll bring the loom up now. Good time to start. The loom on this wasn't spectacular, but also it's not bad. It's kind of okay. Cadisen is not a brand that I've known really well for their loom, but this one's okay. Probably could have done with being a bit better, but given everything you're getting with this watch for £40, it's a bit difficult to criticize. The hands and indices, as is the date window, is all high polished, nicely finished. Yeah, plays with the light nicely, and I do like that creamy dial. This was the one that I really wanted to get in. I think it looks really pretty. Screw down crown, as I mentioned, nice little pop from the case. If you take it out to the second position, you'll see the hand will hack, given it is a hacking movement. You put it back in, it will start back up again. And if you take it out to the first position, if you scroll towards you, you can change the date. Simple as that, guys. And then once you're done, you can screw it back up. If I'm able to do it with these gloves on, you'll have no problem. So there you are. The crown is good to engage with. There we are. But that's the crown, that's the dial, that's the everything going on there. That's the movement. Let me just pop it on the wrist quickly, guys, give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. Okay, so guys, here's what it looks like on my wrist. Good size. My wrist is just above a 7-inch wrist for your reference, and I think that looks really good on my wrist. It's going to fit a multitude of wrist sizes, really small to reasonably large. So yeah, there we are. Okay, so guys and girls, that would now take me on to what I think is pants and pucker about the watch. As I always do, I always start with pants. I like to go on a high with pucker. So what I think is pants, not a lot. I have got to mention the bezel play. Yeah, you can see I can sort of start to move it. It just doesn't quite lock into place. It's got that little bit of space. Yeah, it needs to have less play than that. And the sharp edges I didn't mention yet, but along the bottom of the lugs, along here, it's a little bit sharp. A little bit sharper than I would have liked to have seen. They need to round off those edges a little bit. Yeah, the sharp's a little bit sharp to the touch, which is a bit unnecessary. So they're the two things I will mention, guys. I'll go with the bezel play and sharp edges. What I think is pucker is, yeah, got to mention the sapphire crystal for this sort of watch with the price it's coming in. I think sapphire is quite remarkable. I recently bought a Citizen, a £400 watch that had mineral crystal, and it's a dive watch. So although there's a bit to be said in terms of the properties and stuff, but yeah, sapphire crystal is good. The dial, this cream dial with the sort of greeny accents of the indices and hands with the black bezel, I think the dial really pops. Hands and indices I've already mentioned, the high polished, they look well finished, yeah, well constructed. The movement, getting an NH35 or any of the NH series of movements and a watch at this price is kind of crazy if you ask me. The size is bang on, sort of 38mm for this watch. Is kind of where I'd like to see it. The rubber strap I mentioned, yeah, nicely done, really, really comfy to wear. Have no complaints about the strap. The general look, I think it looks really, really nice. This would be the color I would definitely opt for if I was you, but as I say, there's a few colors to choose from. And the price, like I said, if you can pick this up on through AliExpress Choice for around 40 up to £50, I think you'd have to sort of bite their hand off, wouldn't you? Because this is a lot of watch for that price. So just to surmise what I think is Pukka, as I go with the sapphire crystal, dial, hand and indices, movement, size, rubber strap, or rubber strap even, put my teeth in, general look and price. And guys and girls, could I recommend this watch to you? Definitely. I think for the price, I think it's a whole lot of watch, and it's one that whilst it's that sort of price, I would implore you to buy. And if you do, there's an affiliate link in the description. Please feel free to use it. But guys and girls, please let me know what you think about this watch more importantly, and maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and always watch the time. Take care guys, all the very best.